Plate 1. The Prima Materia. Psychologically speaking, this is the persona, alchemically known as calcinatio. In Lamb Spring's first plate, he states 2 fish swim in our sea. And at the end of this process, one begins to understand what one has seen. Alchemy is the process of transmutation in an attempt to redeem the supreme value in all matter, turning lead into gold. Although it appears the alchemists of old practiced this ancient art on the physical world, indeed they found themselves in pursuit of the spiritual. You see, the one true God is in all that we do, in accordance to the natural laws of creation. The potential for apotheosis lies in all life here on Mother Earth. In psychological terms, our persona or prima materia is our general idea of self, yet self-actualized, still grappling with the ego or lack thereof. The 2 fish in this plate represent the dual nature in all of us. The sea, as all water symbolizes, is our subconscious. Depending on how well you can swim reflects how threatening the depths of that ocean become. There will always be 2 fish, the self, the ego, and the outsider, the observer. The higher self and a higher dimensional awareness still connected to source. Most of us go through life unaware of our own ocean, the life living there, the creatures we create, or the storms we make. Killing one would surely mean death to the other. Without an ego, life would leave you for dead. The ego is your psychological backbone. The ego is only seeking attention and confirmation through material manifestation. The prima materia represents the state of the ego where it is unable to separate itself from the collective unconscious. This collective unconscious is the aggregate of archetypical symbols and metaphors masquerading as cultural icons and idol worship. Paradoxically, our ego is our conscious decision maker. Therefore, the ego must make the conscious decision to transcend itself. Most of us have been given glimpses into this transcendental peak experience. The death of our ego through hallucinogenics or mind-altering substances are only shortcuts to nirvana, a one-night stand with spiritual syncretism. Some force it, some find it, some even fake it until they make it. Nonetheless, every spiritual social worker needs a system of orientation in this dizzying dream of existence. Hence, here in Plate 1, the process simply begins with the recognition of apparent opposites within us. The 2 fish swimming in opposite directions, yet in the same sea. From the micro to the macro, the 2 fish also represent the polarity between the spirit and the soul, trapped in the maya of matter. Every step of the way, in every moment of the day, the whole is split in 2 polarities. The soul in this context can also represent the masculine polarity, with the urge to experience life and manifestation, while the spirit is of a feminine nature, tempting our being with the transcendence of the physical. The process of individuation, or the final transformation in alchemy, is analogous with the great work, the prima materia finally revealing itself to be the ultima materia. Meanwhile, through this process of becoming, the ego may eventually realize that every after-image is of its own making. One might undergo a rapid emergence of intense dreaming. Increased awareness of the all always leads to increased synchronicities. The first stages of transmutation or individuation always begin with encountering your social mask or persona, your dark side or your shadow, and your inner masculine or feminine energy. The universe speaks every language, leaves little love notes in every leaf. All one has to do is look at the fractal Fibonacci sequence encoding on their fingerprints. These initial encounters may appear as figures like the wise old man, the trickster, the great mother, healer, inner child, or even a savior. In time, the self-aware explorer of self will learn to distinguish these recurrent energies wrapped in relationships and personal problems, finally understanding and integrating the lesson life is looking to learn. So again, observe this plate. There are 2 fish in the sea. Know thyself. The trouble only comes when one identifies with one aspect of their entire being, the feeling that there is little to life other than the facade, playing your role, a human doing, not a human being. You can begin to practice the process of individuation by asking yourself a few seemingly simple questions. Who am I? Record your answers. Through the process of unfolding, your self-portrait might change. Again, it's not that we ourselves must change, nor the world around us. We only need to begin to develop our awareness and understanding of who we are in relation to where we are.